Thank you and welcome for joining us for this week's Chamber Talk. My name is Jason Strong, Director of the Fairfield Media Center, and I'm with Director of the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce, Mendy McAdams. And now we're in the middle of the holiday season. Everything is going full bore. Everybody's traveling. Everybody's going to family get-togethers and Christmas stuff. What does the Chamber have going on?
So we're just about done with Santa's house. So your last chance to see Santa in Fairfield is at the Rotary Christmas Eve Parade. And as soon as they release that route and all the information, you can get it in Chamber Chatter, which if you're not guessing, you're missing everything. So you go to fairfieldiowa.com, scroll down halfway, click on join the e-newsletter, and you'll get an e-newsletter every Monday morning with events and important information.
Along with a link for this program.
Exactly. And if you are a member and you want to be on this program, just send me an email or call Claire and she'll put you on the calendar.
It's super easy.
Super easy. But yeah, so the legislative forums return in January and March. January 18th will be our first one, and we will have Senator Adrian Dickey and Representatives Helena Hayes and Jeff Shipley to give us an update on what they're doing at the Capitol, what they're working on, what they see as the priorities for this session. It's a great opportunity as a community member to meet them, to ask them questions because they represent you and you want them to know what's important to you. And they always stick around after for a while and do some networking. Doors open at 7. We begin at 7:30 and we end promptly at 9 because generally speaking, they have another one to go to. So they stay for just a little bit. But if you've never met your local representation, you definitely need to meet them.
Stay informed, know what's going on, be one of those citizens that get involved.
Absolutely. And it's very topic based for us because honestly, they can't know about every single bill that's up there. So we pick specific topics based on one, what they're working on, and two, what makes sense for a chamber to talk about. Mm-hmm. So, we talk about agriculture and we talk about the environment and we talk about jobs. And so we go through and we look at what bills are actually they're working on, and we pick some topics based on the specific bills that they're working on rather than those random hot button issues which aren't always worked on.
Now, what was the date again for this?
January 18th will be our first one at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center.
January 18th at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. I know we'll be there to help support, record, stream, do whatever we can to help get the word out and help make sure people stay informed on what's going on. So I think these are great things that the Chamber does, that you guys support and do, and get out there and be a part of the fun.
And as we're ending 2023, it is time to start thinking about the best of 2023 because the awards banquet is right around the corner in April, again at the Arts and Convention Center.
I think you meant 2024.
Oh, 2024. Nope. Yep. Anyway, best of 2024. So start thinking about those folks who you want to nominate for Citizen of the Year. Think about that really great retail experience that you had with that member. Restaurant of the Year. All of those come back around. So we'll be sending out the information because we want to get those nominations in early so we can get those winners selected and get all the arrangements made. We will be having it another great time. And then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to our June Friday the 13th blast off. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Don't be scared. It will be a good time. So we are limiting how many teams we're having so that we don't, we want to honor people's time and we want to make sure that we all have a good time. So you'll want to get signed up early for that because it will fill up quickly.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that 2025 is knocking on the door already.
Oh my goodness. We just elected new board members and I was putting in their time because my board does 6 years and they're like done in 2031. And I was like, oh my goodness. No, thank you. So it's a good time.
Now you have a guest into the studio today, so I will hand things off to you.
So Mr. Tommy Brower is at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. That's why I look at him every time I say it. But he's not here for that this time.
Nope.
No, Tommy has just started a nonprofit for Fairfield Youth Performing Arts.
That's right.
So tell me why you started it and what you intend to do with it.
Well, the reason I started it was basically my younger kids, they kind of caught the theater bug the same way that I caught it when I was young, and I've been involved in theater through school and through my adulthood, community theater, the whole 9 yards. And my younger two daughters kind of caught that bug as well, but the only outlet for them was the children's theater organization that's over in Ottumwa. It's called Ottumwa Community Children's Playhouse. It's run by a very good friend of mine, Mark Lay, and we got the girls involved with that when they turned 5, and over the course of 6 or 7 years, they just really blossomed and flourished and built their love of performing arts, made lots of new friends, had lots of great experiences, and the idea began to simmer inside my head that Fairfield could really support a similar effort to what they have going on over in Ottumwa. And part of it was, hey, save the gas money on rehearsals going over to Ottumwa all the time.
Not only gas, but time.
But and time, but also to try and leverage the creativity and the sort of artsy nature of the community that we have here, which is per capita off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
We may not have the population that Ottumwa has, but I think that per unit of volume, our creativity can stand up with anybody.
I was going to say, I don't think Fairfield has ever lacked for creativity. And as long as I've lived here, and you can't turn the corner without running into something creative and something new going on.
Yeah, so for the last few years, I've been saying, well, somebody needs to start this effort up here in Fairfield. Somebody needs to do this. Somebody needs to do this. And one of the days when I was doing that, I happened to be walking past a mirror, and I looked and I guess it's going to have to be me.
You are somebody.
So, back in August, I finally decided, 100% for sure, let's do this thing. And I sent out an email to about 40 or 50 stakeholders or possible stakeholders in the community. The response was overwhelmingly positive, and so we just hit the ground running. We incorporated with the state. We got our 501c3 designation from the IRS.
Yay.
And started building a board and started signing up adult volunteers and youth performers. It's hard to believe, but it's been less than 4 months since I started this.
Wow.
And we have a full 9-member board. We've met 3 times, and we have about 30 signed up volunteers that are adults and about an equal number of children signed up as performers.
Nice.
And we haven't even announced our inaugural show yet. I believe strongly, and I hope that once we make that announcement, that you're going to see a spike in people getting excited and wanting to sign up and join up for all those activities and the fun that we have in store.
Awesome.
However, I can't officially announce what that show is yet
Okay,
because I'm
Tommy,
still working on acquiring the rights.
Guess what, Tommy? You can't be on the show now. Breaking news. Tommy's not here.
I can tell you that I'll have the rights procured probably within the next 2 weeks, and then we'll be making a big announcement for that. We'll also start planning monthly events where all of our kids can get together, start to get to know each other, those who don't, because these are kids from age 5 to 15.
Wow.
So there's a wide range there, and we want to kind of get the kids together and have them start gelling and doing some fun activities. Maybe it's some learning things, some improvisational stuff, or a clinic on how to effectively audition, or
Yep.
Run some little mini plays. Maybe give the kids a chance to do some creating themselves.
Nice.
So we're as a board, we're in the midst of trying to plan out what these events are leading up to April, when we'll have our auditions for. Wait for it. Coming
No,
soon.
you're still not telling me. Okay.
Coming soon.
No,
I'm still
that's awesome
disappointed.
though, having those workshops available
Sure.
for those that are involved in it. I think that's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
I think my daughter would have been really into that had this been
Yes.
something that had been in place earlier. type, she would have been all for it.
Absolutely.
So I know there's interest out there for that stuff. So.
Well, there's plenty of talented adult individuals here in our community as well who are willing to give their time and their expertise to help nurture along these kids and help them develop their artistic sides and their chops and make them better performers and,
Pass on knowledge.
Yeah, pass on knowledge. And there's a big element of community engagement in our effort as well. We're not trying to build the next, Tom Hanks or give me an actress equivalent, Meryl Streep, necessarily, but we're trying to create kids who are confident and engaged and collaborative and have a sense of community about them. So, it's a real effort to reach out to the community for help from them. And I think the payoff is the enrichment that the kids are going to give to the arts community and to the community at large in general.
Absolutely. Well, and we learned at the Arts and Convention Center that there's tons of kids who grew up performing with the shows that came here and have gone on to become famous actors and actresses and singers. And so it's a great opportunity. And because it's giving season and you're a nonprofit and you all feel guilty for buying all of those Christmas presents, so now you need to give to make yourself feel better, because that's why Giving Tuesday is right after Black Friday and Cyber Mondays. So you are a 501c3, which means donations are tax deductible.
Absolutely.
So you're taking donations. What else are you? You've got sponsorships available, or will have.
Yep. I just finished developing my sponsorship package earlier this week. I'm going to be spending some time next week going around and hitting individual businesses to see what level they want to sponsor at and partner with us. We've got some good perks that go along with that as far as comp tickets, some cross-promotional opportunities, advertising through our website, our social media, and any other kind of community outreach that we do. We're happy and enthusiastic to do that with those partners. So, if you see me knocking at your door, let me in and warm up the checkbook.
Exactly.
Oh, what another great organization that is a chamber member, and to support it the holiday season and help kiddos get their theater bug going. I mean, just think of all the great performers that have come from Fairfield, and now we're going to have even more of them.
Absolutely.
So what are you most excited about?
Well, I'm really excited to be directing this first inaugural performance. Again, I can't say what it is just yet, but I can say
Giant eye roll.
There's always this mischievous grin he has on his
I
face whenever he mentions that.
I'm going to be directing alongside a fantastic young woman, Phoenix Hessler, who will be co-directing with me, and our musical director will be Aaron Epperson. And we're really looking forward to hitting the ground running on that. I'm really excited, and I really want to spill the beans, but I can't. Sorry.
Again, giant
Sorry.
eye roll. Giant eye roll. Giant eye roll.
You
help.
can have me back.
Exactly.
You can have me back in a couple
There's
of
nothing
weeks
that
for the
says
big
we can't.
reveal.
Yeah. Anyway, so
As long as it breaks here first. Right?
Exactly.
That's the
if people want to help, so I have no talent, but if I want to help in other ways, because we all know that while nonprofits really want your money, your time and your talent is just as important to nonprofits. So if I want to help you, how can I get a hold of you?
Well, you can visit our Facebook page, which is Fairfield Youth Performing Arts. You can message us through there. You can email board, BOARD, at FIPA-theater.org. That's FYPA-THEATRE.org.
Or go to fairfieldiowa.com and look them up on our directory.
Yeah, you can do that too. And, I'm always around town. People run into me all the time. You see me, you got a question, don't be afraid to ask, or you can find me most days 9 to 5 at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center.
He's also an ambassador, which makes me happy.
I'm a double ambassador now.
That's true. For wow.
Yeah.
2 times.
Do I get 2 name tags?
I could put 2 name tags on it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm totally down for that. Jason, I love this. I love that this is in our community. And you're exactly right. Our kids need it. And I think that you're going to get supported with it. So, yeah.
I, one of the things is I browse social media and I scroll, for the last several years. You always see these posts where people are talking about, what does this town need more than anything? And the number one answer I always see is more things for kids to do.
Yep. Right after a steakhouse and a sports bar.
Yeah. I'll go.
Downtown.
You had me at steakhouse.
Downtown assessment joke.
Every time we talk to our leadership Fairfield class, every time we have a discussion about what do you think we need in our town, and it's always a sports bar, a steakhouse, and things for kids to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, that's gone all the way back to when I was a teenager running around town.
Yeah.
Having something for youth to do. So, I mean, it's always been an ongoing thing. So I'm really glad to see something that is really focused for kids, especially something like theater. Yeah. I mean, theater is something those kids, the creativity level, all the engagement, all the things that you want to instill into a young adult, into a child or a kid, is all right there built into a theater.
Absolutely.
Built into theater.
Right. Well, and it comes so natural to kids anyways. I mean, if you're a parent out there, tell me that you haven't heard this before. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, come watch our show.
Yes.
And they to throw some towels around them and dance around the dining room and, you clap and, oh, yeah, that's great. Well, this is just an extension of that same thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And, I would also mention that even though this is Fairfield Youth Performing Arts, it really does depend on partnership and collaboration with parents and adult volunteers as well. And if you want to help, we'll find something for you to do. Hey, we need somebody to paint that set piece over there. Slap some paint on something. Hey, you got some volunteerism going. It's also good for those high school kids who
Absolutely.
need to get community service hours. We'll sign off on those as well.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for bringing this to our community.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to hear what the play is, and I'm so sad that you were so stinky about it. You should have just ripped the Band-Aid off and let her fly.
Well, I could have waited to come until there was an announcement, but I wanted to beat the first of the year because I'm going to get those 11th hour tax deductible gifts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bring them our way.
Exactly. A lot of people don't think about that and the timing of how some all that works.
Absolutely.
Well, I will happily wait patiently to hear what's coming down the pipeline.
I'm not good at waiting or patience. So.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for Chamber Talk. Again, go to fairfieldiowa.com, get signed up for the Chamber Chatter, find out what's going on in the community, look up all the great nonprofits we have in this town. I've heard there's over 200, which boggles my mind. But you can find them all over at the Chamber. So head over there and stay tuned, and we'll be back next week.